Hi everyone, it's JJ Cross from Four Sides of Cross Productions. Last week we looked at a fan-made film for Halloween. I have two great loves when it comes to entertainment. It's horror and Star Trek, or Star Trek prior, J.J. Abrams. The first J.J. movies was actually good and interesting and had its faults, but it just got worse from there. Anyway, so today I'm going to take a look at fan-made fiction for Star Trek. They're from Avlon Fan Films. They put out some really good stuff. Of course, with fan-made films, you don't get 100% Academy Award-winning acting, but it's still enough not to take you out of the zone, so you can still enjoy the story. Anyway, before we watch one of these films, usually I'm thankful for Star Trek Phase 2 and Star Trek Continues. Those are really well-made shows for the original Star Trek. So I enjoy those a lot. I also enjoy Avlon fan films. Can you tell I'm tired? Working for a living. What are you going to do? Anyway, so before we get into one of their shorts, there's a little introduction video that they have that kind of explains where they're coming from so they don't mess with continuity. Anyway, so here is their little short, What is Avlon Universe?
So if you've watched the videos on our channel, you notice it's called Avlon Universe, but what is Avlon Universe? Well, simply put, Avlon Universe is the bizarre and strange alternate universe that our Star Trek fan films take place in. It's not the Kelvin universe, it's not the Prime universe, it's maybe something that's in between. The concept of an alternate universe isn't a new one to Star Trek. It was first famously introduced in the original series episode Mirror Mirror, where Kirk and his crew beam up during an ion storm and materialize on an Enterprise that's not really theirs. Something
That's a
parallel.
good look for Spock. I don't know what you
Everything's
thought, but
duplicated. Almost. Perhaps the most famous example from the TNG era comes from the episode Parallels.
I was trying to use my spacebar to pause it, but I guess the spacebar is not working. Yeah, it's all right. Anyway, let's continue for a little bit. We won't watch this whole video because I want to get into one of their episodes. So let's just continue this a little bit further.
Where Worf travels through multiple alternate realities in one episode.
Another good episode.
In that episode, Data explains that everything that can happen does happen in alternate quantum universes. So it's conceivable that there are an infinite number of possible Star Trek universes out there. One of the most well-known examples is, of course, the 2009 J.J. Abrams movie, which rebooted the movie franchise.
Well, I shouldn't have done that. The first movie was decent. I like the idea of having a time changing so you don't have to worry about making old episodes that interfere with the canon. I thought it was a great idea, but there were some things that weren't quite right. But when they got into the second movie, which they should have continued with their own stories because they had their own new universe, and they tried to do the whole Wrath of Khan remake, it was just horrible. The action sequences were good, but if I want to watch action science fiction, that's usually Star Wars. Star Trek is more thinking and the submarine type of fight, the slow fight, and outwitting the other one. That's what I prefer in Star Trek. If I want action sequences, I see Star Wars. Again, another IP that's been destroyed. J.J. Abrams was part of that too. Anyway, we're going to skip the rest of this. You just got to know that with their shows, they are saying it's a different universe, so none of it's in canon, and it's just their own way of doing it, so it's just a good idea. So, you don't sit there and go, well, that didn't happen, or that messes this up, which all these prequel things always do. But here we go.
What are we gonna do? This isn't even our ship.
I guess this is where we find out if we're here for a reason.
That ship wasn't having much fun, let me tell you.
Please tell me I have good news.
I made it to engineering.
That qualifies.
There are a lot of people injured down here and a few dead. It's a mess.
Now if I can just find a way to the bridge.
You can make it through Jeffrey's tube.
I like these special effects modernizing it. Like, I have no problem with they making it modern if they're doing something from the original series, because, you know, special effects are different. So I don't have problems when they make it look nicer.
12, but
But what?
there's a hull breach on deck 1. Force fields are down, life support's failed.
Is anyone still alive up there?
No. Captain, that puts you in command of the ship. Captain?
Can you give me a damage report?
At least here's the right
Orbit
one.
impulse systems are both down, phasers are out too.
We were only hit twice. How could it do that much damage?
I don't know.
I have to find a place to take command of.
Only twice? Yikes. That much damage when it only get hit twice? Well, maybe the K will work for playing.
What's left
There
anyway?
we go.
Hold on. You can take junction 15 to auxiliary control.
On it.
Love the effect.
Captain Mason!
Ah, the rumors are true. Back from the dead.
Lieutenant Jones, Lieutenant Rook.
It's,
I'm sure that's probably explained in a previous episode. I haven't watched these in order, so not sure what they're talking about, but I have a feeling there's probably another episode they did that explains what happened there.
commander now. First officer, actually. Such as it bloody is.
Well deserved, Commander.
If he's the first officer, shouldn't he be in command?
All right, what do we have left to play with?
Captain
Maneuvering
Stan.
thrusters and the navigational deflector. We have partial shields, but we can't stand another attack.
So who the hell is attacking us?
That I can't help you with. Romulans.
Of course, plasma torpedoes. But they shouldn't have been that effective against us, and why haven't they finished us off?
They're not even bothering to clamp. They got us dead to rights, and they know it.
Any sign of boarding parties?
No, sir.
They opened fire using a regular disruptor blast, not even at full power, and waited until we raised our shields to attack with the torpedo.
They're testing their new torpedo's effectiveness against our shields.
They report back it was that effective?
The Romulans attack in force. We gotta stop them here.
Perhaps it's a new type of weapon. Something that takes a bit of time to recharge.
Gives us a little bit of breathing room, but not much. Jamie, can we fire a full power deflector beam from the main dish?
Not without blowing the dish in every single relay.
Rig it up.
I'll need a few minutes.
You have seconds.
If I don't align this properly, the recoil could breach the reactor core.
How do I aim the deflector?
You'll have to use thrusters to aim the entire ship. Jones, you'll operate firing controls.
Aye, sir.
Jamie, it's now or never.
Do it!
Activate main deflector.
Swing and a miss.
Steady, Mr. Rook. You can do this.
So close. Gotcha.
Jamie, you still with us?
Yes, but maybe not for long. The core is about to breach. Use the manual backup. Cycling power through ventral relay.
Warning. Reactor core ejection sequence is active.
Everyone hold on. That's it. All we have left is the battery. I can maintain life support for maybe a week. After that, it's over.
I like the special effects. That ship was really damaged. Yeah, it looks good. I guess nowadays with technology being what it is, you can really get high quality effects, much better than they had in the 60s. So that's what I think really helps these Star Trek fan-made films, because you can do these type of effects. You can make them look really nice, really good.
Sensors confirmed the first disruptor salvo from the Romulan was only at 25% power.
They wanted us to raise shields.
If you compare the energy readings from the plasma torpedo attack on the Enterprise 6 years ago, it's 50% more powerful.
That recharge time, though, makes it too slow to be completely effective in a larger engagement.
The emitter is capable of firing even more powerful bursts. They just don't have a power source capable of charging fast enough.
So they would need a greater source of power.
Jones to Captain Mason.
Go ahead.
We have the bridge back up and running, sir.
Good work. On my way.
Nice shot.
How many people did we lose on the bridge?
8. We stowed the bodies in the morgue.
Sarah.
I like how they do the lighting, so it's not just the damage on the outside. Everything's not quite right. There's low lighting, which indicates low power, which makes sense.
Can you plan a service for 1,200 hours tomorrow?
Aye, sir.
I don't know. I actually like this little silver thing that they have in their costumes. Maybe we can get a better shot. Oh, you can hear how that little metal piece. I like that addition to the uniforms. I don't like this high collar, which pretty much came up in the third JJ version of Star Trek. I don't like that collar. I prefer that black low thing. And sometimes I get this different. I believe Star Trek Continues and Star Trek Phase 2 got it perfect, with Gene Roddenberry insisting that the shirts are tight and ironed, and so you don't see any wrinkles. I guess it's a little bit hard to do in these fan-made films, but I don't know, that sometimes irks me. I prefer where it's tight fitting, no wrinkles whatsoever. That's just me.
Captain, we have a Klingon ship approaching.
Klingons?
Klingons.
Are they arming weapons?
Always the Klingons.
No, sir.
On screen.
Captain, they're hailing us.
On screen.
Hello, brother.
Brother. This should be a story.
So, I have to ask, brother?
My dad got drunk on Arcanus 4 one night.
That's a good way of putting it. Go Dad.
Right.
Energize.
not digging this Klingon look, even though they say he's half human, I guess, because of the father, but I don't know, this whole skull thing just looks out of place, a little pale, but, you know.
Hello again,
Good voice.
little brother.
Voila. How do you know the Romulans are going to invade?
Short sleeve
I've been
Klingon?
tracking
Oh,
Commander Kamak's activities in service of the Chancellor for 6
now that's some good
years.
design.
He almost succeeded in overthrowing the High Council before your friends stopped him.
Again, probably a different episode.
Do you know what happened to my friends?
Yeah,
No.
definitely.
Only that since he's been banished to Romulus, he's gained the full support of the Romulans for his cause.
Why would the Council break off the alliance with the Romulans?
Because they're trying to steal our military secrets while undermining the Empire from within.
Why attack the Federation?
First, Kamak wants revenge, and he believes that if his combined forces win a decisive battle against Starfleet, it will sway the majority of the Empire behind him. Second, he wants to prove that the Organians won't intervene. But most of all, he wants to appeal to the Empire's lust for battle.
Interesting. The Organians. I've always wondered why they never brought them up again, because in that episode, what was it, Errands of Mercy? The Organians interfered and stopped them from going to war and kind of forced a peace treaty with the Klingons and the Federation, but they never bring it up again, and I think they should, but I guess it's better that way, so Star Trek VI can happen, which was a great movie. Undiscovered Country, yeah, that was a great farewell for Kirk and crew.
Why?
Enough questions! He must act now!
Fine. Tow us back to Starbase 6.
I cannot. You've been gone too long already. The Chancellor allowed me to give you this one warning because he wants Kamak to fail. If we do not return soon, others will become suspicious.
My ship's a wreck. What am I supposed to do with this information?
Our father knew that you were not dead. He had a vision that could only have come from Stovo Core.
Again, everyone thinking he's dead. That must be a different episode.
You would return and fight in a glorious battle. It was his final wish that we fight that battle together. When the time comes, I will be there by your side. But until then, you will know what to do.
You're making this shit up.
I'm flattered you think I'm that creative. Yes, my Klingon half-brother told me that the Romulans have some new way of powering the
That's some good dialogue.
torpedoes on some experimental ship. It's all on this memory bank he gave me.
Of course. We think Romulan ships use an artificial quantum singularity as their power source.
A black hole.
The only way to enhance that would be with a source of energy from beyond normal spacetime, and the energy signature from this intel confirms it.
Somehow they've captured one of the aliens from the cosmic stream.
It's the exact same energy signature as 5 years ago.
Now how do we warn Starfleet and call for help?
I think I have a plan for that. We're only about 25 degrees off from the direct signal link between Starbase 6 and the outer subspace relay station. We could reach the beam in 6 hours using our shuttle. Now, the Yorktown moved outside of the shuttle's comm range with the starbase before it engaged the Romulans, but I think I could use the shuttle's engines to create interference in the signal to send an SOS, if we position the shuttle right in the signal path.
Could be dangerous if there are other Romulan ships out there. We'd be waving our arms, inviting them to find us.
I've died before. Well, almost.
Yeah, me too. I'll pilot the shuttle myself. We'll do this together.
After this, I'm gonna have, just out of curiosity with the whole dead before thing. kind of curious of what that's about. But yeah.
You're in command now. Hell, you probably should have been the captain a long time ago. I know I can count on you.
We'll be all right, sir. You, be careful.
Never.
I don't like that side thing from the things right here.
The distortion is consistent and repeating. Should be able to see it by now. Who knows how long it's going to take him to figure it out.
So, how did you and Eric become friends?
My first posting was in the nacelle tube. Most boring posting available. And one night I let it get the better of me, and I forgot to switch out a plasma relay. Almost blew up the entire Valiant.
I also like, there's another version I guess they're showing with the little white thing around. That's reminiscent of the motion picture when they actually had the emblem here and a circle behind it. Okay.
And then he reported me to Ramirez.
Well, that's quite mature of you to not get upset with him.
Oh no, I was very immature and very furious.
What changed?
He took up for me the next day. He told me that I was a good engineer and that I just needed to focus and believe in myself. He was the first person in Starfleet to see me for who I really was. Not just a pretty face or my last name.
Well, I suppose even in the 23rd century, it's hard for some people to look past the surface.
And hard to let your guard down when people won't see you for who you really are.
Courageous and brilliant?
Look, a ship! Damn it!
I guess that's not his brother.
It was a good plan, Jamie.
Yeah, now we're both gonna die.
Probably, yeah.
I don't like the sidebar things. I prefer the original.
You guys need a lift?
Almost as much as I need a change of pants, sir.
Nice looking ship. Though I never knew the point of these 3 nacelles. As far as like, I'm not technology advanced with Star Trek, but what my understanding is these 2 nacelles is what warps the space. So you need the 2. It's warping the space so they can go into warp speed. What's the point of the 3rd one? Someone once said that, I think I read somewhere, that if one of these fail, then you have an extra one. But it's not like it gives it more power, as far as my understanding. If you know better, I would love to hear it. Comment below and let me know more about these ship designs and what's the point of having a 3rd nacelle. Motion picture in this one.
Did you time that rescue to the last second on purpose?
Figured it'd be more dramatic that way. Truth is, without that Cochrane distortion, we would have had no idea where to find the Yorktown after we lost their transponder.
Jamie's pretty clever.
Yorktown. For those who don't know a little bit of Star Trek history, when Gene Roddenberry is first putting together his idea of Star Trek, the original name for the ship was going to be Yorktown, not the Enterprise. He changed his mind later. I don't recall why, or if there was ever a reason given why. Again, if you know the reason why he changed the name from Yorktown to Enterprise, I would love to hear it. Chat below.
What happened?
Romulans are testing a new weapon. It's a prelude to invasion.
Lieutenant Lamont, is there any further sign of Romulan activity in the area?
Negative, sir. Their last known heading was 111 Mark 14. Back to Romulan space.
Commander Jansen, tactical analysis.
It's been my experience that Romulans never do anything on a whim. If they're this far into Federation space, they've got something big planned. And now that they know we're onto them, they'll be back before we can get reinforcements into the sector.
Status of the Yorktown.
Completely disabled, hull compromised. The damage is consistent with the plasma torpedo hit.
They only hit us once.
I think their hull can withstand our...
I thought he said they hit him twice. Okay. Am I wrong or am I right?
Our tractor beam. I recommend we return to the starbase.
Proceed, Commander. Comms, let Admiral Slater know that I'm going to need to meet with him as soon as we dock. Engage.
Am I also wrong? Did he Did he have this full beard the whole time? I'm not going to go back and look, but it just seems like his beard is a lot thicker than what we saw earlier. Or is it just me? Seems to be the end of the episode. Wow. This is going to be a preview to the second one? Or to the next episode? This year. I believe the rest is just... Yeah, the rest is just... Alright. So, I like that they can do these effects well. There's some changes they make to the uniform. Some I like, some I don't like, as I was commenting and kept pausing. But otherwise, I thought this was actually a good episode. I enjoyed it. It had its problems, but they all have problems. But I liked it. I thought it was interesting. I liked watching some other episodes seen from this what is it, Avlon fan films. So you should give them a check out if you like the original Star Trek, if you like the ones from the 60s, or if you just like some really good storytelling that Star Trek used to do before Kurtzman and J.J. Abrams just kind of screwed it up. But I've already made a video about that. So comment below. Let me know what you think. Do you like these fan-made films? Does it give you reminiscence of the way Star Trek used to be? And please like, share, and comment. It helps the algorithm. Oh, jeez. Anyway, I'm getting old. And be sure to check out my Patreon page. You can see these videos up to a week before they are released on YouTube and the general public. And I also have different levels. $1 level, you can see my artwork before I release it to the general public. $5 a month gives you these episodes earlier, and other films that I make even up to 2 weeks earlier than I release to YouTube and the general public. And you can also go to the $10 level, where you can watch all the behind the scenes. These are videos that I will only be on the Patreon page and not on my YouTube. Okay, live long and prosper. Thank you for watching.